Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, she has been named one of the best bartending services in the state of Texas. You're going to meet the great Maylee Gray with Top Shelf's Tending next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I have always had a lot of respect for bartenders. Think about what they do. They have to have eyes in the back of their head to make sure that they're taking care of everybody at the bar and then some. But it takes a special bartender to become an entrepreneur, and that describes my next guest. Maylee Gray with Top Shelf Tending is in the studio. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hi, Jeff. Thank you so much for having me out. This has been a great experience so far.
Well, I met you through my daughter, Sarah. She had you on her show in Southlake, and then we had the honor of having you serve us at our joint birthday party over the weekend. Victoria and I just celebrated a birthday together. So thank you for that. And,
yes.
and I begged you, please come on my show. So where did this all begin for you?
So this was 100% an accident. I was working my full-time corporate job, and I was going on a girls' trip, and like any other girl, I wanted a little bit extra spending money. And so I was like, I have a bartending kit, like I can go pick up some limes and simple syrups, and I can make everything myself. And so I went in the Southlake Moms page, and I just made a little Facebook post like, hey, anyone looking for a bartender? I was just looking, just maybe 1 or 2 birthdays, just to put a little extra cash in my pocket. And off that one little Facebook post, I booked 8 events, and like 20 people reached out, and that was a Tuesday, and I was like, oof, maybe this is gonna be a little bit bigger than I anticipated. And so by Saturday, I picked a name, filed for my DBA, went and claimed all my social media handles, my domain, and I was like, okay, you know what, bartending events, usually they happen in the evening, I work a 9 to 5, like they don't really collide, I can just do it as a little side gig. And that was in July, and by October, I was working 2 full-time jobs, and one was a corporate job that was great for the time I had it, and then I had a job that that wasn't even, it didn't feel like a job. I loved it. Like, I absolutely loved what I was doing, and it was a no-brainer. October 31st, I resigned from my job, and I've been doing this full-time ever since, and it has just snowballed, and honestly, I can't even really say snowballed, and more like avalanched down the mountain, and we just hit our 1-year mark a little over a month ago, and it's crazy to think that this started off as like just 3 shelves and a bar top in my office at home. And from there, in January, I moved into a 1,000-square-foot warehouse space that I outgrew in the sense that I was up there all the time. And then I moved into my most recent brand new office space in the heart of Keller that is hopefully going to be our more so forever home, or at least that's the goal anyways.
Sure. Well, you are so successful and so charismatic. We're going to show some video from our joint birthday party. That's a picture of me and my lovely bride in Paris. That was about a month ago. And there's Maylee Gray just doing her thing. And so let's talk about like the kind of experience that you want to create for people.
Absolutely. So when my clients reach out to me, like, I'm here to curate a custom tailored experience that fits in with their vision of their party, that's elevated, stepping it up a notch. People that like to host really like to host, and so they want to make sure their guests are taken care of, but at the same time they want to enjoy the fruits of their labor. They put all of these vendors together, whether it's the bar and catering or balloons and everything, and they want to enjoy the party just as much as their guests do. And so being able to relax and intermingle and socialize with their guests while they know drinks are being made. Like a lot of my events, I have servers and barbacks to walk around and pick up trash, ask guests if they need another drink or anything, and keep tidy. So it just gives the host a peace of mind knowing that their guests are being taken care of and they're actually getting to enjoy the experience of their own party.
Well, let's go ahead and talk prices. So people, sometimes people see a service like yours and they're like, there's no way I could afford that. It's very affordable, isn't it?
So, it really is. And one of the things like I really pride myself about at Top Shelf Tending is like I don't do packages. I have different services and levels of my services, but like I don't have packages. There's not package A, B, and C, and you pick from those and you get what you get whether you need it or not. All parties are different. There's different guest counts. There's different how many people are going to be there, the duration, how heavy of drinkers are your guests. There's so many different variables that come in. So we don't do packages. I do custom pricing. So you're only going to get what you need, and you're only going to pay for what you want. There's no reason. If you know your guests and they only want a couple signature cocktails and some beer and wine, and that's fitting for your party, like that's perfect. And then all I bring is the stuff needed for the signature cocktails. And some people have groups that are heavy drinkers and they want the full bar experience. Then that's where I come in. There's not a lot of mobile bars that offer some of the services that I have the capabilities of doing. It's just a combination of being a bartender for so long and so many different types of establishments and like having so many different roles while bartending, as well as the corporate side of it and understanding the things logistically and like pricing and all of that and being able to take the knowledge of both of that. So I'm able to offer a full service premium bar. So anything you could order in like a regular bar, whether it's a Cosmo, Margarita, Manhattan, Old Fashioned, and really anything in between, we provide all the juices. They're fresh squeezed and organic. I make all of our simple syrups from scratch out of a commercial kitchen. We dehydrate all of our fruit ourselves. And we supply everything but the alcohol. I have a liquor catering partner that I work with, so I am able to provide alcohol. It's separate from my main service. But we have the capability to, which I don't know of any other mobile bars in DFW that aren't attached to a restaurant already that have the capability of doing this.
Sure.
And so it's nice because we're able to offer these guests like a full premium experience, and we can do that on top of signature cocktails. I have an amazing team of super skilled, knowledgeable bartenders that know what they're doing, genuinely enjoy their jobs. Jeff, there's nothing worse. There's absolutely nothing worse than walking up to a bar, ordering a drink, and the bartender going, "What do you want?" Right. You know what I mean? Like it kills the experience from the very beginning. You know what I mean? And you don't want that. You want to walk up to the bar. You want to say, "Hey, how's it going? What can I get you?" You want someone excited to be there, and genuinely want to help you have a great experience while also giving you a great drink.
Absolutely. We're going to pull up her website because I'm so impressed with you. You've only been, doing this professionally for a year, and to have your company be named on so many best lists, what does that feel like?
So, I mean, it's such an honor, but it really shows that this was the right choice. I mean, it was scary leaving my full-time corporate job. I mean, it was a great job with benefits, and it was scary, but I was like, you know what? I believe in this, and even if I'm the only one that believes in this with all my heart, that's really all that matters. Yes. And so it really shows that all the hard work, the long hours. I mean, there's been days where I've had 14, 15, 16-hour days. Wow. Some of these events, I do events from 15 people all the way up to 800, 900. And I mean, that's a lot. To provide drinks for 700, 800, 900 people, there's a lot of logistics that go into that. I mean, how much ice you have to order. All right, I want you to guess, Jeff. You have 700 people. How much ice do you think you need?
I have no idea.
You need 1,500 pounds at the least.
Really?
Yes, you need 1,500 pounds of ice.
That's
for
incredible.
Because you have to understand, you're using this ice to make drinks. You're using this ice to keep product cold. You're using this ice to keep beer cold, to keep wine cold. A lot of these events there's very few places inside that you can have a very functional event of. So
how do you? This is a dumb guy question, but how do you get 1,500 pounds of ice? Where do you go?
So you have to order it from a company like Ready Ice or one of the large ice manufacturers.
But you can't even put that in your pickup truck or whatever you're driving these days.
For events that large, really any event over 500-600 that I don't already have a guaranteed on-site freezer for, I will go and rent a trailer that's been converted into a freezer.
Wow.
And then the people delivering the ice and my staff just throw all the ice in there, and it's literally a complete mini freezer that's at, I don't know, -4.
Love it.
And that's where we keep all of it stored. But I mean, it's expensive. So there's a fine line because you don't want to run out of ice.
Yes.
But you don't want to get too much ice. Like
Yes.
there's nothing worse than being at the end of the event and having 800 pounds of ice. Like what do you do with 800 pounds of ice? You can't just throw it on someone's lawn and be like, that'll melt. Even in the peak of Texas heat, I don't care if it's 107 degrees outside. If I dump 750 pounds on someone's front lawn or
Yes.
in a park with that ice, that's going to be the deadest
Yes.
circle of grass. And there's no Texas heat that melts ice that fast.
Amen. Okay, you've been featured in several publications. We're going to pull up one. It's called South Lake Style Magazine. What did that feel like?
Oh, it was such an honor. I've had a couple of awards and stuff with them. They're a great magazine. But I mean, that was in January, so that was 7 months after starting this. And I mean, I started this business when I was 25. I didn't go to college. I don't have a business degree. Like, there's honestly no reason this should have succeeded. Like, I had nothing in my backpack that said this is going to be a successful, profitable business in year one. There's absolutely nothing. But there's determination, I guess, the power of using all the knowledge I've acquired through every single thing that's happened prior to this moment. That, I mean, I can take you all the way back to my senior year to all the things that happened and all the experiences that I've gone through that have perfectly crafted me for this job and for this business. And to do it successfully and genuinely enjoy it. Because, I mean, the hours are long. And, I mean, these events are social. I'm talking to anywhere from 20, 30, hundreds of people. And on top of that, the hours put in before the event, after the event, all of it. There's a lot that goes into it. Like, you'd have to love what you do.
All right, Maylee, you've been an amazing guest. We've only got a couple minutes left. So look into that camera on the left and talk to the person who might need to bring you in to change their next event.
Absolutely. Whether you're looking to host a party inside your house or looking to really wow whether that's your employees or a client at your next large corporate event or holiday party, we can take care of all of it. From the bartenders to the servers to the drink experience, from every single detail. You reach out to me, you tell me when and where, and I make it happen. And you get to relax knowing that your guests are completely taken care of. They're going to enjoy the experience, enjoy the drinks, and it's going to be the first thing everyone's going to be talking about in either the group chat or the conference in the morning. I can guarantee it.
Outstanding. You've been an amazing guest. We're going to leave you with our website, which is topshelftendingdfw.com. The great Maylee Gray. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Jeff.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.